Few weeks ago, we heard that Bishop Emmanuel Mamare was attacked by a Muslim boy while preaching at the church. We heard that nothing happened to him by the special grace of God after he was taken to the hospital. But the video I want to show you right now is something sad. Something, for me personally, it is sad. It has been reported that Bishop Emmanuel Mamare lost one of his eyes because of that attack. I'm not going to waste your time. I'll just watch this video and listen to what Bishop Emmanuel Mamare have to say, and you will see that he has something on his left eye, I mean his right eye, because of the attack. He said that he lost one of his eye. But what he said is something I want you to listen to. Watch this video.
I have good news for you. This revival you see will not be aborted.
وأقول في هذا الحادث الذي حصل قبل أسبوعين، هذه العين فقدت. أطلب من الرب يسوع المسيح، أطلب من الرب يسوع المسيح أن يقبل هذه العين كعربون محبة وعربون تضحية، ولكني أخجل أن أقول أنا أضحي للرب. ما صنعه الرب على خشبة الصليب لا يوجد إنسان على الإطلاق أن يوفي ما صنعه الرب يسوع المسيح، ولكن أصلي يا يسوعي الغالي الحبيب أن تقبل بنعمتك وبمحبتك، أن تقبل هذه العين عربون حب لكل إنسان مسلم أينما تواجد. أنا أعطيك عيني يا حبيبي المسلم، إن لا تبصر فأنا أكون العين لك، ولتكون هذه العين كما نقولها في اللهجة الدارجة العراقية، حبيبي أنت، هاي العين تروح لك فدوة، هاي العين تروح لك فدوة حبيبي، هاي العين تروح لك فدوة يا الغالي.
I'm sure you have heard everything the bishop have said, and I'm sure that you saw that he lost one of his eyes. Like he said, it's a sacrifice that he has made for Christ. It's a sacrifice that he has made because of Christ. And it is important for us believers to understand these basic things. It is something that I call basic because we ought to know it. You see, if you say you love Christ, if you say you love God, you should be willing to lay down everything for Christ. If God himself can lay down his own son for you and I, you should be ready to lay down everything for Christ. There is something the Bible says, I cannot remember the particular verse, but it said that if you try to preserve your life, you are going to lose it. It is important for you to understand all these things. As believers, we need to understand that everything we own, everything about us belongs to God, and we should be ready to lay it down at any time, including our life. It does not mean, I'm not saying that you should be reckless. Maybe if you see a car coming, you should not dodge and so that the car will not hit you. I'm not saying that. But when it comes to propagating the kingdom message, some of us, what we do is that we look for area that, oh, this area is safe, that area is safe, let me go there. That is not it. I always tell people that do soul winning, because personally, I know that I have the core of an evangelist. I love to win souls. But over the years, I've realized that what most of us do, what most of us call soul winning, is actually not soul winning. What we do is that we try to move people from one church to another. We try to convince people to leave from their church to our own church. In business term, we call that poaching. You are poaching a member from their own church to your own church. You go and tell them, my own church is better, my pastor is better. And if, let's say, for instance, you meet a member that maybe is already angry that they offended him in their own church, and you are able to convince that person to come to your own church, you say you have won soul. That is not soul winning. If somebody have given his life to Christ, that person have no business coming to your own church again to give his life to Christ. Maybe you can tell the person, renew your mind, think differently, and all the rest. If you want to do real soul winning, it is when you go to an unbeliever, a Muslim, a traditional person, somebody that don't know Christ at all. It is when you are able to preach Christ to them, they give their life to Christ. That is when you can say, I have won a soul. That thing we have been doing, recycling Christians and bringing them to our own church, is not soul winning. We need to understand all these things. You look at sacrifices that Bishop Mamare have made because of God, because of the things you have been saying for Christ. These are some of the things we need in the body of Christ. You see, some of us, we love our life so much that we don't even want to put our life on the line for Christ. And sometimes it makes me ask myself, people like Bishop Mamade, I'm not saying that he's going to make heaven, but I'm saying that if he makes heaven, ask yourself, do you qualify with the way you are operating as a believer? Do you qualify to sit in the same seat with him? Ask yourself, people like Peter, people like John, all these people that died because they loved Christ, do you qualify to sit in the same place with them? I know there is a system called grace. God has given, like, we are all righteous by the special grace of God, but now, judging by your works, the Bible actually made us to understand that God is going to judge our life and our works with fire. Fire is going to destroy your works. It is the foundation, which is Christ, that is going to save you. And I want you to get this also. Some people will make heaven, but it is going to be as if they are in hellfire. The Bible said something that, so it did not mention that some people go to hellfire. He said that some people will go to heaven, but they are going to place in outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. That place is heaven. Yeah, fire is not burning you. But when you look at the glory you should have attained, the things you should have gotten if you have pursued Christ, I'm telling you, you spend all the days of your life in heaven crying and weeping. Crying and weeping because of the things you should have done that you didn't do. Just take, for instance, they say, okay, all your family members, they are going to America. I'm not saying America is a perfect place, but we all know that America is better than Nigeria. Let's say they sent all your family members to America, and now they have taken you to a very thick village where there is no light, no electricity, no water. You have to dig your own borehole. Everything you need to get is through hardship, and you are there watching your brothers, watching your sisters enjoying life in USA. How would you feel? Just take it for instance that your father decide to send all your siblings outside the country and leaves you in a village. You know, every time when you look at your brothers, you'll be crying. That is the way it will be. Nobody is beating you, but if you look at their life and look at your own life, you'll be crying. That is when you know that it is not enough to make heaven. You need to put in the work, so that when they are counting people that fought for Christ, people that did things for Christ, your name will be mentioned. It is not enough to say, I'm going to church every day, you carry Bible. It is not enough. Which works do you have to show? If God comes today, how many souls have you won? How many? We now live in a world where people will go to church. All they complain about, this person matched me, this person did not match me. They even churches, they have become like, they are setting up church in a way that if people don't have money, they don't regard those people. You will see somebody who come to church, sweep the church, clean the church and everything. Pastor will not regard that person because they called for seed sowing and the person was not able to sow. I always tell people, I have been saying this to my friends, that if somebody is putting in the time, the person is not just putting in time, the person is putting in his life, because time is not money, as people say. Time is life. Time is life. You see, I was talking to a friend some time ago. I was telling the person, whenever you are saying happy birthday, you are celebrating birthday, you are not celebrating that you are increasing. Many people mistake that. You are not just adding in age, you are losing your life. Because if God have added, let's say you are going to live up to 60 years, for instance, and you celebrate, okay, this year you celebrated your birthday, you did not increase in age, you have decreased in age. You have minus, it is now -1. It is no longer +1. So we need to understand all these things. So when people are doing anything in church, you don't look at it that, oh, this person gave money, this person did not give money. If they say which people contributed to the growth of this church, to the building of this church, don't only pray for the people that brought money. Pray for the people that gave their life, gave their time. They all gave, even the people that gave their time, which equals their life, even gave more than the people that gave money. We need to understand all these things. Church is not all about money. There is no time. We are in the last days. Look at the things happening in the world. We are in the last days. The last days is here, so we need to be prepared. I don't want this video to be very long. If I can continue talking from now to tomorrow, because there is still a lot to be said. We need to sit up, we need to rise up as believers. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please do well to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell, so whenever I post another video, you'll be notified. And don't forget, like this video and drop a comment so YouTube can continue to recommend this video to more people. God bless you as you do so. I'll see you in the next video. You are blessed.
I have good news for you. You will win. It's been written.
I
am what I am by the grace of God. As long as that grace does not fail, Satan will never.
This revival you see will not be aborted.